Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Hash It Out with Scout. My name's Harry.
I'm Samantha.
I'm Titus.
And I'm Lynette. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about what are things one shouldn't do during the talking stage. So before we begin, I need to ask everybody, what is a talking stage?
It's
Talking
like
stage,
the
like
what
the-
are we
Yeah,
stage.
yeah, should be.
For an official relationship.
Like the first few days.
Yeah. So we spend some time together. It's like, okay, what is this? Is this something casual? Is this something,
Trying to get to know that person a bit more better before you guys become official.
Do you count by the number of dates?
No.
No?
It's just by the feeling, depending if it starts from casual or a more wholesome activity.
Okay, so should we read out one each?
We start with Samantha first.
Sure. Okay, so this one was from my good friend Sasha. Do not stop observing. So a situationship is basically an undefined relationship because people are not sure exactly what it is just yet. So when you stop observing yourself, the partner and the connection, you take away the opportunity to access the situation and make an informed choice. So basically, don't lie to yourself or compromise yourself. I think this goes for pretty much all types of relationships, actually. I think a lot of women, maybe they'll be like, okay, maybe this will work. Maybe he'll love me later on.
I know, the fuzzy feelings, right? Oh, I'm a
Yeah.
sucker for that, man.
Exactly. So I think it's just about prioritizing yourself and not lying to yourself and saying,
But that's like easier said than done. I feel like a lot of people sometimes they're too captivated by the lust or other affections that they kind of forget about the logistics of it, if it really works or not.
yeah, exactly, yeah. That's why it's about being honest with yourself and your feelings.
Which is really hard actually.
Yeah, it is,
It
right?
is,
If you
yeah,
ignore the red
easier.
flags.
Yeah.
Actually, I hate the talking stage.
I think most men
it's-
would hate the talking stage.
It's a bit
It's an awkward.
it's a chasing stage, you know.
Yeah. It's always like the cat and mouse, right? I think
Yeah.
it's a chase.
It's,
so-
it's like playing game. Don't
Yes.
know which game you play.
Yes. So don't play games. Just be honest, I think.
I thought guys would love it, because they get to flaunt and they get to, have fun.
I think the talking stage is so important though. You really need to see all of the red flags and who this person really is. Can this person do you see a real long term with this person and all that? It's really important. Yeah.
It is.
How long is the talking stage for you, personally?
For me, the talking stage isn't that long, actually. I think after the first few times, you can kind of already get the vibe of whether or not it's something serious or just completely casual, but it shouldn't last that long. But it's about setting the boundaries as well.
Right.
Yeah.
So when do you want to be asked out or become official?
I don't think it's a time limit, actually. I think it's more the vibe and the feeling. I think you kind of know when you...
I think it depends on your lifestyle as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what you're looking for. In the end of the day, it should be about yourself, not about the other person, and be honest with what you're feeling, and not compromise it just because someone else isn't feeling the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that many times before.
Speaking from experience, very painful to hear.
Yeah. No, it's painful, but it's so common. There's a lot of women, especially, that aren't honest with themselves, and they put themselves in situations where they think that they can change their mind because of
spend more time with the
insecurities.
person.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's not true that you cannot love a person after spending so much time.
No,
There's just
I've done
something
that
in you,
for
right?
really long.
Something is just
Spending time without having any
I think you can if you separate it.
I see.
Yeah. That's why it's important to set the boundaries. If you're introducing them to your friends, for instance, things like that, that's very coupley. It's really hard
I think
to look at that.
need to before you introduce to your partner, to your friends, I need to know what are we first.
Yeah.
And not be a bit weird
Exactly.
afterwards.
So you have to have the talk first before you do that.
And not the person will become a friend group.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, do you have another entry?
Okay, so one of my entry from my name is Brand says that sex. But then I disagree with that because I feel as if for some people it's quite important to really know if they're capable of having sex or are they sexually attracted to each other, you don't want to become official with that person and then realize that I can't have sex or because I actually know my friend who's in a marriage now. They're got a divorce lately because the guy said that he's sexually unattracted to the girl, which I'm not sure if I should be saying this, but
How is that possible? Why are you married?
Or maybe he just fell out of love and fell out of that attraction.
I think that's an excuse, but apparently he's not sexually attracted anymore.
That happens. I've been in with partners where I'm okay, I'm not feeling it anymore.
Oh, my other friend realized that the guy she's dating now has some defects with his erection.
Oh.
So she's kind of unsatisfied with what she's getting right now, and it's a bit too late because she's already in the relationship already. Yeah. So I
Right.
disagree with like sex because I think it's quite important, like sex life in a relationship.
Same. How can you not seal the deal and then you be together with the person? Okay, actually, next one. My next one comes from my sister actually. She said, talk about your exes when nobody asked.
Oh, that's a standard rule for any first dates or first encounters. Don't talk about
Yeah, it'll be
exes.
awkward.
It's awkward, and I think it puts a lot of pressure on the guy. It's
Yeah.
like
In Singapore,
it's a bit
very
too much
small.
baggage. Yeah, Singapore's really small.
But what if I've recently been to a date, right? And then I think second date in, the guy started to ask me, so what's your ex like?
That's fine if they ask you, but if don't just bring it up.
Because like usually they want to see a pattern,
Yes.
so they can study you.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's quite important. Like, if you have like 6 exes or like 10 exes, like then something's wrong with you. I feel like.
Something's wrong with you. So you have too many. Right? Maybe you can consider
you
cutting by
filter.
half or lying.
yeah, just down it down a bit. No, I think it's important to be honest. Like, so if you had like 10 partners, just be honest and be like, yeah, I've had 10 partners.
Yeah.
But it's a bit too much. Let's say 5.
Be honest. No.
Okay, I think less than 10 is fine. Is it okay?
5.
I think like 5 is like okay, you know. Cause more than 5 is a lot of time spent. Like, imagine like
Yeah.
at least 6 months each. Then it's like 6 years already. Yeah?
Yeah, it's a long
But
time.
depending how old the person is as well. So it varies. Yeah.
People. Okay. Next one, do you have any?
Wow, the second one very long.
Yeah, you can just read one line. You can read one line. And these are all, like, I posted this up and 90% of it was men who replied me. It was really interesting, actually.
So this person said, introduce them to your family or close friends and plan trips with them. I think planning trip with them is like the worst.
Yeah.
Like imagine plan something
It's
in
so much
advance.
pressure, right?
Yeah, then like you have to think about it.
Yeah.
Same. One of my things that I should not do also is to make a trip. Like knowing the person maybe 2 or 3 dates in and then go overseas. Wow.
Then after that, break up already, then go for a trip together.
I would do it though. I would personally do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Is
just
that
so-
scare you?
It doesn't scare me because I already, like, now I feel like I know myself a lot better, that I think that I would be okay with it. I would just see it as how it is and see how it goes, but I'll always have that boundaries as well, so I wouldn't get too invested.
So if you go inside a hotel room, everything is like a mess. And then every day you just want to chill, but you just want to get drunk. Then how?
Then I know they're not for me. I don't think I'll
But
go
then
on a
you
trip
can
if I
still
don't
share
know.
the bed, you know? Or like
Yeah.
share the area. Isn't it
Maybe
weird?
you can talk things out first. Talk things out.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
some,
you kind of get
yeah.
the...
Friend zone them during that trip.
Then you come back as friends.
Yeah.
I have a lot of not a lot.
Friends that don't
I had
meet each other.
I had some that like had like casual relationships with that turned out to just be really good friends and not to be attached or anything like that. That can happen.
Poor thing, I imagine the guy really likes you and you tell the person, through this trip, I don't think we can be together.
But trips are quite important. Like in trips, you realize that if you make or break with this person, then,
Because you notice all their habits,
Habits,
and
yeah,
things that
habits.
if they're aligned
Yeah.
to your values,
Exactly.
you'll definitely see that during the trip.
How about the meet the parents one? I don't think I can bring my date.
I think if like too early, no.
Yeah.
There's no point.
Yeah. Unless you have a very open relationship with your parents and they're like, okay, let me see your date. But I think in Asian culture, usually you only do that when you're
Yeah,
very...
Serious, yeah.
You
Very
want to
serious.
secure the
Then.
deal, right?
Yeah.
How about siblings?
Siblings is fine, I think. It's just casual. They also can like QC them. You know?
Yeah. Actually, introducing to friends I found was actually really interesting because they get to QC for you.
Yeah.
See if, because they might see something that you might miss as well.
Would it be weird if you are at a table and then your friends are at another table but you don't tell your date? Then they QC for you physically like that. Would it be weird?
Oh, actually, I heard about that. So like, people will spy on like, let's say you go on a date, people will spy on you.
Oh,
Just
Yeah,
to
like,
see,
like someone
yeah.
like on our table. Let's say if
I've
here,
heard that. I heard
their
that.
friend and they're
yeah.
looking.
Yeah, and then they tell me after what they think
But
about.
usually like, this kind of thing, like if they are very bored, then they will come and
Yeah.
help you.
Yeah.
But it's a bit awkward if like the friend has to meet the friends
Yeah.
next time.
Yeah.
Have happened to me before.
Oh, really?
No, I was someone spying.
You had someone spying for
No,
on you.
I was spying on someone.
Oh.
I had a friend spy on someone. So we booked the same table at the restaurant.
Oh, wow.
Then I had to meet the friend like
Wow.
meet the friend like after a few days later lah. Then it's so awkward. I'm afraid that he might recognize me.
Oh, that's
Sounds like fun.
yeah. I have another entry from a good friend called Joe. He says this is really interesting. So it was the RBDSM conversation. R is for relationships. B is for boundaries. So physically, what's a no to you, like having sexual intercourse with other people, for instance. D is desires. So what is the outcome that you want? S, this is interesting. It's sexual history. So have you been checked? And then M is meaning. So what does this mean? mean to you? Is this casual? Is this something more serious? So basically, if you cover those bases and get it really clear on that ahead of time, then they should actually not be a challenge, and you just open up the space to communicate if anything changes along the way. This was really interesting to read from him.
So are they saying that you shouldn't do that? Like ask about those, or you should?
No, you should
You
do
should.
this before, when you're in the talking stage. Like you should actually clear this before you want to move on to the next stage.
This is true.
Yeah.
Imagine finding out something after a while.
Yeah.
Something you're talking about sexual partners, right? What if you go on a date and then someone tell you, like, I'm still banging someone else at the same time?
Yeah.
Is that something you should tell or should not tell?
Maybe not the first date.
Yeah, of course not the first date. I mean,
But I think it's okay to like come clean after you decide to cut the person off. But if you're still doing it, then you gotta make a choice.
which one is the
it's
better?
really hard to say because sometimes it just happens, right? You don't expect it. So you're not going to be like, oh, by the way, I'm having sex with other people.
But it's so awkward if you say that.
Yeah, it's awkward.
Kind of make it lose the connection with the.
Yeah, because they'll be like, oh, you're doing it with someone else, so I
Why
can't.
would you be trying to look for another person if you're already banging someone else?
Having more options.
No, but maybe you date 2 at once or 3 at once. You just go on different dates and then you realize, hey, I really like this person A, but person B is sweeter. Then you test them both out.
Oh, okay.
But I think that you need to like if you see someone, then you need to like tell them, because it can't be like sleeping both sides at once. It's a bit too weird.
Yeah, honesty again. Honesty is really important.
It's a bit weird. Yeah.
But it is important to get to ask also, like, have you been checked? I thought that was an interesting one too because
A bit dangerous. Yeah.
it's dangerous. Yeah.
So do you ask?
I ask, yeah, for sure. Because I've just heard so many horror stories of the things that could go wrong when
no.
they haven't been checked and they've gotten something from them. So I wouldn't want to put myself in that situation.
I don't know. I think I would get offended if someone asked me that.
Yeah, I'll feel offended. I'm like, what do you mean?
Like, I'm not a whore.
I think that's why not a lot of people ask. Not that I know of also.
I think like depends on your record also. You know.
Yeah.
If very quite clean, then don't need check. Yeah.
I mean, if you seem like a
Quite messy, then maybe
fuckboy,
check.
Yeah.
How about I have another person who said you shouldn't send nudes to the person you're talking to. But it is the first stage. That's the only stage that you can send nudes. You know.
Okay, if you say news in the first few days, I mean, like, it shows that this person is quite like in it for just sex, you know, or like lust. If someone send me news on the first few days, I'll just like, this
Will you-
person just wants like a one night stand or something.
That's true.
Yeah. So I think if that's what you want, then that's totally fine. But if not,
Yeah.
then obviously it's a red flag.
So has anybody sent you nudes before during the talking stage?
Yeah, but then I just like bye.
Good.
Have you ever asked for nudes?
No.
I think partner okay, but like if like talking stage a bit too direct and rude, I guess.
I think it's more of a from a male's point of view. They will probably ask more than I don't think women will get off.
I really don't care.
I think it's okay to ask after like you've seen before.
Yeah.
But you do want to.
And creepy. It's creepy.
You do want to check ASAP to see if it works and if it's fine and all that.
Okay, so this friend says shouldn't post anyone you're not serious about on social media. That's a no. Yeah.
Oh
It
yeah.
not be always changing.
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't post anybody.
I think you should like keep your private life and social life separated. No, because like the time you post this person, like everybody in your social circle will know that you have something with that person. So it's quite bad for your image.
Yeah, I mean, you are what you post. Like people, that's how people judge you.
Imagine you post
observe
one person
you.
every week, then people will be like very confused.
Yeah, you'll send a signal to everybody like, hey guys, I'm off the market.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely been times where I post like one of my guy friends a lot, and just because I thought he was like really funny, really fun content to post. But then at one stage I was like, nah, no more, because so many people kept asking me like, oh, what's up with the deal with you and this guy?
Yeah.
And so
It gets tiring
since
to
then I
reply.
just kept it.
That's a good one. I get another.
Yeah, that's from Steven. That was a good one. He had keeping stuff at each other's place. It should be minimal. So if it starts getting into clothes and other items, that should be stopped until you're in a relationship. So this is, again, if you're in like a casual relationship and you don't know what it is yet. Also, there's been a lot of instances where women would just be maybe, leave my shoes there. Or
I think it's on purpose, you know.
It is.
Right, why would you leave
Yeah,
our
for
things
sure.
there?
It's like,
Excuse to go back.
excuse to go back. Yeah.
So guys, if you know someone leaving their stuff, it's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Technique.
Intentional. Yeah. Okay, so are you guys pro or against the no label zone?
I mean, like, I think that this no label zone is a good time to kind of like understand that person better and all that. But then I wouldn't think it's a good idea to like take it for granted and be like, oh, just because we're no label, I can see other people and do things with other people at the same time. At the same time as I'm like getting to know you at the same time, you know? Like they can't be like, oh, I'm seeing this other girl as well, but because we're not exclusive yet, you know? If someone was like getting to know me, but at the same time they were trying to like get with someone else because we're no labels, I'll see that as like quite disrespectful and
That's true, that's true.
Yeah, be respectful for each other's time, right? Yeah. I would say I'm pro, but deep down, personally, I don't think I would be able to do that. I think deep down, I actually just want like a relationship. But being in Bali, I think it's pretty much, I'm surrounded by people that are in open relationships.
How
and it
common
works
is
for
it?
them. It's very common.
Like 80% of the people.
Most people, yeah. And it works for them. And it's really interesting to hear their perspective, which kind of opened my mind up as well about relationships. And after I did this Vipassana retreat in Bali, it kind of made me more realize what I want in a partner. And now I don't have to fill that void because I don't have that void anymore to fill. I feel like before I was always trying to look for a partner and find someone to complete me. But now that I'm happy by myself, it's just a compliment if it comes. But I'm not actively seeking for it, if that makes sense.
I think it's a no for me because like if there's no label, the person will be just a +1 to me, and I wouldn't be making like serious plans with the person. So I guess it might be quite toxic as well. It comes to like group settings or like if I have other intentions with someone else, you know, they'll be like, not sure what is this. It's either ghost or you talk about anymore.
Yeah, true.
Same. I cannot have stay in the no label zone for long because I will, you know, in my head someday my prince will come. I'm still at that stage where it has to lead to a relationship. If not, I will be wasting the person's time and the person will be wasting my time.
And then ghosting is very fast.
Ghosting is painful.
Ghosting
you know.
is another thing.
Have you all experienced ghosting? Like
Yes.
always?
I've been like both the receiver and the other end of that.
why do you ghost though? Like you kind of see something with this person and do you just like one day just realize
Because
okay,
like lazy to don't
Right.
bother, can't be
Yeah.
bothered. Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't respect their time.
And usually when like it's like that's like a few days, you won't bother to like say a lot of things. It's like okay, it's okay.
But it's hurtful. I think ghosting shouldn't be a thing. I think more people should be more open with how they feel. Like I would actually feel a lot better if someone would just be like, oh hey, I had a really good time with you, but I realized that maybe we're not aligned on some things. It gives you a more better perspective on yourself as well. Like maybe you see things that you can't see yourself. So I think it's always best to just be open and
But some
have that
people,
communication.
I think they are afraid.
Yeah, they're afraid. They want to run away. That's why they ghost
Right.
people.
It's
right?
easier to ghost.
Yeah. Oh, limit how much you spend at each other's place. So sleeping over more than half the week is a no-go.
Hi, like if you're really into that person, you want to see that person like 24/7. So it just shows that person's really into you, right? So you don't want that person to be into you.
I think for like the first 2-3 days okay, but more than 1 week is too much already.
I think so too. Because if you're spending so much time, you're just in a bubble. You don't have time to really process your emotions, I think. Yeah. So I think maybe like 2-3 times a week is a good
2-3 times.
Because there's incidents where I spent like a week with someone, but then because I was in that bubble, I wasn't able to make a good decision from that.
Yeah.
Because I'm stuck in that love bubble and I'm like, ooh, this feels so nice. But then I was actually compromising a lot of myself because of it.
Will you stay over with someone for more than 3 times a week?
I would if like I'm serious. I want to know the person more. But just like I want to like get something out of them, then probably not. You know, also be like distracting to me.
Yeah.
You just said distracting.
Because like, you don't see them all the whole time. Because you need to make plans on the person and need to like continue your life as well. Yeah.
Will you stay over with your...
Actually, I used to like when I was like younger. I would like want to stay at that person's house like 24/7 the whole week. But then now as I'm getting older, I feel like I need my personal time, personal space. Yeah. So I think it's like an age thing maybe.
Age? No, it's maturity. It's not age.
Oh,
Getting
you're
wiser.
making us feel old now. So I think I wrote kind of my views on it was and what my takeaways from it was to don't lie to yourself or compromise yourself. So yeah, again, it goes for all types of relationships. So some people lie to themselves hoping it'll work out when a relationship is what they truly desire in these type of relationships. But to don't play games, basically. Like the cat and mouse chase is like very common, and I've been guilty of that as well in my situationships, as you may call it. And looking back, there's a lot of things that I would do differently, and it all stems from a lot of women's, for everyone actually, a lot of insecurities and the need to be validated that I'm worth it. I think that's a key factor. Constantly chasing for someone that clearly is not on the same page, like, or maybe I'll change his mind later. So only after kind of knowing myself better, I can just truly be happy. And no longer had to feel this void or longing to find a partner to complete me. And if I was put into this type of situation again, I would do things like 100% differently. And with open communication as the key. And now thanks to my friend Joe, I can do this our BDSM protocol. I think that was really, really cool. And it may be uncomfortable talks to have with, especially in the beginning, but it just eliminates a lot of potential downfalls. Yeah.
She poured her heart and soul, man.
That is very deep. Your consultancy shows.
Well, I am the oldest one as well.
You did your research.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like, don't follow the fuzzy feelings, don't ignore red flags.
Yeah. I'm really lucky to have a lot of really good people surrounding me. So that's where they kind of pointed this out.
How about you? What's your takeaway?
My takeaway? Okay, so I just feel very deeply, if you're like really interested and invested into one person during this like talking stage or whatever, I don't think that person should be like seeing other people or anything. Like, if you really like this person, I think that person should like devote the attention to you until moving on to someone else.
Same. I'll be angry, I tell you.
Yeah, you're having dates with me, but then at the same time you're also talking to other people at the same time.
Yeah. So the person must know that you are worth it, and you must know that the person is worth it as well at the end of the day. How about you?
Yeah. I guess firstly is know my worth, then know what I want, because I don't want to waste time on my partner that I want something from them but it's not getting anything from them. So I must figure what I want first before including someone in my life. Yeah.
And find a person that can work with your day-to-day.
Yeah, someone who complements you in your day-to-day.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for watching this episode. We hope you liked it.
Let us know down below in the comments what you guys want to see next. And of course, at the end of the day, these are our own opinions, so don't be offended by them.
And follow for more. Bye.
Bye.